Okay, doing this Friday night after market closed. So interesting. There's some little things I want to integrate into my trading, but I have so much exams. I'm so busy, and that's why I'm doing this now. We'll just cut this a little bit. Hopefully, God has corrected itself. Wednesday, yes, it's done. Okay, so we started this week. Do we have anything? We have for EJ only, but let's just go. So this week I was so distracted, too distracted actually, because I didn't have the phone where I trade on with me, and so I just felt like there was too many distractions. I could have done better, and I'm sure the data will show that it was a good week. Additionally, I incorporated something because I was only trading EU, AU, and gold, but for EU, AU, they have to, the same setup has to show. So if there's a sell, I say there's a sell at this point, there has to be a sell there too. But the problem I had at the time was, um, one, I had a problem with, this week I had a problem because I traded prop. I had a problem with, I saw the disadvantage of prop in terms of not having enough risk for yourself or enough margin. But I saw the advantage of waiting for double confirmations, pairing this together, but I also saw disadvantage too. But so we said this week, a part of me felt like we're going to come back here down the road because, you know, around this area, this is a gap. Okay, we have this, but even with this, we just gapped up. So we need to come down and put something inside there that goes up, But that's just part of my analysis. Saw this over the week, was really pissed. There's just, sometimes you just see something and be like, I'm also considering the fact that this ran up against us last Friday, NFP. So we had this, it went on Monday. So when we are looking for a trade here, so this, nothing, this, nothing, this, as at this stage, it was there. So for this, we are looking at this, and this is just, I'm pushing it out in time because it's very important when we come back to it. For this, we have this, and because this day it was very interesting, and it just reinforces you don't know the future, you just trust your data and what you've done. That's just it, nothing more. You're just trusting what you've done. This was there, but this requires something there. Okay, so another thing also is that to look, not make things. So before this, we need to find a trade. Same thing here. This didn't, I mean, this close below to have come back, but still we did not. Because also, this was the more bullish of the pair. AU was strong. Another thing I'm observing, if of this AU, EU, GU, especially since I'm not putting GU here, one of them is always stronger on the week in one direction. So if you're getting a trade in that direction, it's better to go with that one. If you're getting, so on this week, AU was stronger going up until today. So if I was seeing buys, buy into AU. If I was seeing sells, sell into EU because EU was less strong compared to AU. So on Sunday, we started this is in the old. We need this. I don't think we got back here, but for the sake of completeness, we'll get there. We have this. I think this happened, yeah, in time. I think this was a loss that I took. So we have this is a trade above it. We just need this, comes back here. I remembered. And if you see at 10 o'clock on Monday, come back here, 10 o'clock on Monday, there, yeah, see, even though this was a little bit, was more bearish, was not moving with so much velocity. Let's see what that did. So, came in, bam, Stop should be here, ideally, but 5 hour will have given us something that used to, but we're not crazy. For example, today, imagine that was almost, imagine that would have been a 2 hour. So, okay, maybe this stop there. So I move this, and this will have been there. So you'll have picked here. Imagine, give a 2 hour on the, but this is this. I'm saying to pick, and I should put my stop. It's even less than one pip. No. This is the candle that closed above. This is the one minimum. I believe I put my stop there. 7 is okay and accept it. I saw this late. I saw this trade late because I remember I didn't see it in time. Came to my phone, saw it late, but it came back a pigment. And I was thinking the trade is still valid, of course. I'm not closing it at 1 point something or 1.62. I might have, depending, but I doubt it. Why? We need. So with this, I was okay, confident a bit. Okay, it might not be perfect, but it's there. With this, this needs, this needs something there. So I was playing this minimum. I would play if this is 2. I want us to come into this. So if I have that and we're inside here, I'll be, looking for that. That's even if I put it there. So let's say I put it there just to be safe. More likely to put it there. It doesn't matter. That's more than 2 arcs. So this is the target. And know why. So I will just move this there. So we know what we are dealing with. And this is a quick loss. I think button where yeah, it was an overnight loss because I remember this trade, yeah, it was high up. I was pissed off at the idea that I had to, the next day, I couldn't use my perfect risk because I'm using 2% on this new account and I'm trading. So it's like 2% the next day. I can max drawdown is 5%. So I'm just looking for bam, bam, bam. Okay. This is almost the most popular, but it's not the most profitable. I'm seeing, I'm observing. So maybe a 1 hour, but wasn't enough. And this was the next day. And then we have EJ. Massive gap, just pulsed everything. I was like, okay, it's so interesting. Let me just see. Bam, 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 bam. Isn't that beautiful? I think I observed this. I'm not wrong. This. But on Monday to just run up, I was like, okay, this fall, there was nothing else for me. Because I was like, there was nothing. Also, this didn't have, you see, I put this arrow there. Like, you need to put an expansion through here. All this, nothing has happened. It's just a gap until we add this, but inside this, need an expansion in there. This, come back to it. This lost. I saw it in real life. I didn't take it, of course, because I was telling my friend when this was happening that this is a valid trade, but that is for next year. Oh, and then we had EJ this, and it's just a loss. I know that there was something about it also that made me switch my mind, but it was a loss. Yeah, yeah, it would have been a massive loss if we didn't use NSL. Okay, so I need to move faster. EJ, bam, bam, bam. So this time nothing. UCAD, very interesting pair this week, but like I said, my problem this week was not paying attention. We had this. Needed to jump. So in between here, see, this is what I'm talking about, the inefficiency. In between here and here is nothing. I believe that sometimes in the future, we'll get something to fill it. If you're going up in between here, this jump here, then if you're looking at it from this perspective, okay, so like going there, so like closing below this, like closing below, there's an inefficiency there to be filled. Also to the upside, there is an inefficiency from here, down here, filled. I like that principle. It's very interesting. I have to push it to with cash, but it doesn't matter. Friday, Sunday, we start trading there. Anything special? No. Anything before? No. You see how this inefficiency, this is on an OB. When you went up, of course, there was this, but we already did this last week, so we're looking here. Monday, there was nothing here, because I remember looking at this. There was nothing until here. I think I still have this here, so I must have been looking at it for a short if it came. But then this was a long bam, bam, bam. You buy that. And in this instance, of course, you cannot, since the next one was a candle, or even if you say it's closed above it, all right, fair enough. This was a trade. That is it. And I believe I took this trade. I took this trade, and I think I was just there. Yeah, I remember. No, I don't want to talk about it. Let's see. It shows execution. No, it doesn't. But I took this trade here. There was a W there. Yes, I was thinking I should have had it. Yes, took this trade. I do not know. I'm trying to see. BAM, not valid. Okay, I was saying if it confirms two trades. Yeah, I took that trade. Absolutely took it. So this was Monday. We're looking at, we don't need this actually. I don't think this came back for it after that. And I still need to move very fast actually to slow with this. Bam, bam. 9.45. Uh, 5.2. Okay. That's lovely. Very slow, very annoying, but lovely nonetheless. Good. Was a little bit tough on me. This, I think, didn't confirm. This didn't confirm. This didn't confirm. And then this, nothing confirmed. And we're nearly there. So the pain with that was that I wasn't trading UCAD on my normal account, but I know I took it. Doesn't matter. Okay, so EU, this is where it gets interesting the next day, I believe. Man, I think when you're not made on, sometimes you just have to push. That's what this guy says. These are just those days you just have to give it up. So I woke up. I think there was first a loss, but I wasn't on my computer at the time. But let's start. This requires this. So we'll do this one by one. This, and this. So that is one. This is not valid, so I'm not going to take this, because we cannot trade this. So we start from this that we highlighted. Comes down to it because it's the second candle. Comes back into it here. So this is the one. This is the color that dropped on it. Stop should be there. Default. However, this also went above it, so I think that was where I put it or where I wanted it to be. Dramas. TP. There's an expansion needed here. And you see inefficiency. I was thinking about inefficiency. What did we have here? That drop this once it says don't close above that. So I believe that this was the 5 point something. This was the trade here. I had this like that. I just had it a little bit. It was 5 point something. You see, I remembered because it was pained me that I didn't and I wasn't in it. Pained me so much. I targeted just this place. Why? I think I started get this. Actually, it was this 4.18. I wanted this, but I started this. Why? This time, this had not happened. Remember that you had a certain limit. This had not, but it was either this or where was the Tuesday? This, I think this, imagine that. So on the AU, this was not valid. It was so painful. Only this was valid. So comes down there, picks me, but doesn't go far. Because AU was stronger. So it gave something, but it wasn't enough. And then I wanted more. Not that it wasn't enough. I wanted this. That it to go down. And also my friend wanted us to pick up a price. My TP was close to where he also wanted to add the second position because it wasn't a buy. So we start from there. So it was not like there was not enough routine that he gave. The first thing is type 2. That's one. I've not used the continuation in a while. However, on this 8. So delete that. Delete this, will remove this. So that's the first one. Nothing more. On this day, we had this again. I was like, come on. This happened. As then I was already in the trade on AU. And I really wanted this. I even showed my friend that I would have preferred this. Same idea, bam. And that was it. The stop was there. And then because this was close 1.5, I targeted, I think there should be something. I was targeting, yes, this for my troubles. So it was a really interesting week in terms of rules. So this was it. I was like, all right, I don't want something down there because this confirmed, of course, this confirmed on this, and we'll come to it. So it was like, this is the trade I wanted there. Real type 1 FC. You see how it changed? So it allows us to be able to by setting this one here, this has 1, I think even there. And now it's like I can use an extra risk for that. Okay. This is gone. And in that place, I was tracking this. Okay, it didn't close above. So it was really, really good. AU was behaving differently at the time. All right, and then we had this OB clicks it, sell, because it's back there. This guy, stop is there. Just mechanic, and I took this. And then this also was there. So it was a 1 hour here. You see? 1 hour at the time. That was it. Nothing more. It was so painful. Why? We still need an expansion through here. Expansion through inefficiency. How to track it is the problem. Type 2, bam, bam. Was good. It was good. That's it. So while this was giving you 8.4 hours before the end of the day or by the next day, overnight, let's see. So we have this, delete this. It's interesting that all this data paid on. Yeah, it is what it is. It continues. So AU, what was happening down with the AU at the same time? Also, I wanted a full confirmation that this, while it was giving me a nice setup and it even came back to it, wasn't valid. It was valid. Okay, this, I was like, all right, we need this. It gives, I was, as a then, EU had not given. And once this gave, I was like, okay, I wasn't sure if EU will keep it going. We can know, could just keep dying and without retracing. So without this 9 o'clock candle. So I just entered this and I was like, should I put my stop here? I was like, no. I didn't like the fact that in this instance, I didn't even think I even saw this well. But I didn't like the fact that I felt like there was an entry here. In real time, I didn't see this, and that's very interesting. I have to check again my data. So my stop was there actually, because it was the stop that took me out. I remember because I was like, it took me out and then it dumped back. And then you'd see my problem. Because of that big stop, I wanted this for my troubles to have. That's what I wanted for my troubles. My friend wanted something on the 4 hour. I show you. He wanted to spy this. So I had an alert here. Like, okay, if anything happened, let me know. Because he wanted the limit here. And I was just down there. So it gave me, I think, 1 point, yeah, I was about to say 1.3, but a 1.2 hour, 2, and lost. I couldn't add more positions because there was this. So I've entered this. So let's put it there. This it's interesting. Not just a type 1. There was this guy there, type 1. There was this guy, type 1. So just, I don't know how to explain. It's like every one of them, both I was, because I had it like 2. That's what I put it there, like 2 for myself, just to know. And I also like this, but okay, this comes. So it's like I was there. And they are taking a loss on Monday. So let's just start with this first one there. Because if we take them as independent setup, 1, 2, this. So I don't know. I put it there. I'm surprised. I in real life, but I wasn't really efficient. Type 2, this. Okay. Trying to say uh, at 2 hours, at 1 hour, the trader already won in his books. Then we have this. Bam, bam, bam. This is this. This. I'm just like that. Because not because this is not in real life. This was like last time. It was even paying because it was overnight again. So I was just pissed about it. It cost me overnight because that meant that I had to, my loss could not be. But then I saw that there was a mistake for me here. There was a confirmation here. It was a buy. And so while I was licking my wounds and feeling very pissed off for myself, I think I then on Wednesday went took a trade didn't really like. I took a EU based on U card instead of combining like I've started the week with, and I missed this beautiful buy after the CPI news. So I will have bought into CPI. No, This was CPI, believe. Pushed it down. No, no, no. CPI should be somewhere here. It doesn't matter. Same thing. So it will have gotten to 1 hour. Two. I wanted that. 1 hour of two. Let's see. So type 1 KFC. Is it 2 hour? Whatever it is. 1.95 margin. The song. Nothing more. I was licking my wounds here and I should have been in a trade, which was so weird. This, but I didn't see it. When I woke up, I wanted to, I saw this on my phone. I was like, why? There. Very important. Oh, it clicked above it. I wouldn't have concerned myself because this is what this is very unusual. Once this happened, this is easy to buy. Not easy, but like it was there to be bought. So on Tuesday, we started here. Nothing special. We're just closing the gap. And I was like, okay, bam, bam. What are you going to do? And this trade took forever. It data won, but it should have taken me out of the trade. I was just like, I had to look left. I saw that, okay, this was a closing to it. So this is a continuation block. The CS, I kept asking, was there anything that I could use for this? So I was using this. I was using the CS there. Why? Let's not put that away. Would have to for a minute do this because it's a 10. Some things are changing in this, not that. Why am I buying here? What am I using this for? Oh, it doesn't have a code. There is that one. I have to take that. Please. That is gone. Are you telling me that there was a move? Wait, maybe that is his stage. That doesn't make sense. I know I shared this with my friend and I was telling him why I was bullish. This was not random. This was not me. I just feel like I, why did I buy this? This is not, I don't know. Please don't tell me I bought this just based on, I think I bought this guy. Now I see it is so funny. Unless there's a change in the, I have a either there was this, but even if this was, this is one I'm trying to look at. Like maybe in real time, it wasn't there. I need to see. I need to see the charts. Sorry, 1 minute. Because that was not random. I kept that all week. Why didn't I just TP on it? I'm going to my chat with my friend. I don't know. Because I'm looking at face now and there's no trade there. am I supposed to trade? Oh, coming back here first. Do this, but this is also the difficulty with this kind of trade is that, for instance, since there's nothing to anchor, you just use this. I was watching thing like I was like, never. You're not taking that, so and if you're thinking before it, that would have been the TP. And this will have been the loss. Bam, bam, bam. I still don't know why. I don't know why. You see? Yeah, I get classes a lot. It's the win that compensate for it. This is interesting. And it's also interesting that this game to wait here, so we need to have this. This. I'm surprised because I confidently bought this. Confidently. It was one of my trades of the week. But we continue to stay like that. It's just that end of it. I'm so surprised. And this would see that it came here. But the question is where we have put your stop because you should be somewhere there. If you were selling, what will you be targeting? So it's a bit there. And where would be the target? Is it this? That? Is it that? I don't know. I don't know. And if I even took this job, I'm really surprised. That's what I'm going to do. So sorry. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. You card. Then this was on Tuesday. It was also a very painful day. Because there was not this. This had come down. This is like, why didn't you just close above? This, we need this, nothing. This, two trades. Runs. Not valid. Valid. There. There. Last trade of the day. I'm not entering the trade here. Whether I'm leaving the limit, it doesn't work. At least for me, you're not here. I do not take heavy trade against this. At this, I'm not paying swap and spread for some I couldn't even, but even if it's just for collection, nah. So, there's a drink. Tea still. Oh, and this is still running, technically. Unless I find something to for it need to close it inside. And I'm exhausted and I might close this. Just continue tomorrow. So, like just finish my review, break it into two. So there is this. On Tuesday we start here. I was like this. Get this. Weeks it. Weeks this guy there. So come back and that's why we have this trade. This guy, this had not happened. So I was like, okay, this is the last one that so stop is there. For it to make sense, same principle. High of this is needed. And that's why it's there. And we've had this. We had this. First things first. We do this. We put this there. And it's a type 1, definitely. And that is this type 2 itself also, needs something. And so there was this bam, this is happening, and that's a loss. Okay. So we need to even put a loss. I couldn't take this gold is very interesting for me. So this is definitely a win, even if we've confirmed a long. We borrow for a minute, so this is this. Oh, this is also the same thing. Oh, this is also the same thing. So this is also the same thing. It's like bam, 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 bam. Same guy, and I was still targeting there. I was still targeted, didn't change it then. And this is a type 2 now. Check. Mm, So let's now. I think it's the same one. So we had this, this didn't close. I don't think this. This is it. So let's stop using this is a weak. It's like a rejection plug. We want to close to it. And also from here to here just feels like a gap or inefficiency. Don't forget that. So this, not valid, not valid. We don't need it. This, if, so this is the first time. Bam, bam, bam. We are back into drawdown. We are selling more. This is not valid. This is not valid. This is valid. And we stop here. Because now we have for this guy, yeah, this will be got validated there. Would have lost, of course. That's the funny thing. You'd have lost the long that asks you to enter. I think it has just been a disaster. So believed, and I believed also there was a short here. And I think price will reverse there. So it was like there was a short here. Bam, bam, bam. Short here. It was enough. I know I took this, I think towards here. Yes. To this. So I ignored the long actually, and I took this long. I just felt like it's not enough. Because this eats it. This is one, two, it eats it. This. So there was a long and this ended here. So we'll put it there. Actually, this is was still on here. Before I closed it. So we are putting this is unique situation. And we have to acknowledge that. And I'm going to stop here. And I will continue this at a later time. And this will be just from because I don't know, I feel exhausted and I don't want to continue this. Okay.